Throwaway. Not even sure what to say right now. A few weeks ago, I caught my wife in a lie. I won't go into exact details, but I followed my gut one night and ended up seeing her car parked somewhere it definitely shouldn't have been. I waited. Sure enough, she came out 2 hours later with a guy I didn't recognize. They hugged. He smacked her ass. She laughed like she was 22 again. I didn't confront her. I just drove home, sat in my car in the garage for an hour. Then I went inside and started figuring out what I'd need to do to get out clean. We've been married 6 years, no kids together, but she has two from her first marriage. I've been their stepdad since they were in kindergarten. I've never liked nor wanted kids, but I didn't have a problem with them because I guess the hard years were over by the time I met them. But all this time, I guess I was just a placeholder until something better came along. I called a divorce attorney the next morning. She was calm and professional, didn't feed me drama. The big thing she advised was wait, plan, don't make a mess. So I did. I played it cool. I acted like I didn't know anything. I told my wife she should think about getting a job again. She'd been out of the workforce for a while and I pitched it like, fresh start, your own money, less stress on us. She was surprisingly open to it, I guess because it gave her more freedom to get out of the house and bang the dude. She got a job at a local bakery 2 days later, mostly mornings. That was the green light from my attorney. Since she's working again, we can file with no spousal support clause. Big win. Meanwhile, I was trying to keep my head steady. Around this time came the real banger. It was hearing that the 23-year-old babysitter, 12 years younger than my wife, had been in the mix too. The babysitter thing made me feel slimy even standing in my own living room. I stopped sleeping. I stopped eating. I felt like my skin was crawling, so I decided to crash at a friend's place for some time. The day I moved out, she moved the babysitter in. Same day. I loaded a final box into my trunk and watched a different car back into the driveway I used to shovel, and it was like the house had been repainted while I was still standing there. I don't think I've ever felt so humiliated and yet so relieved at the same time. Humiliated that I didn't see this coming. Relieved that I'm finally not pretending anymore. I'll update when the divorce is finalized. Just needed to get this off my chest. Update 1. Update to my last post. The divorce is almost finalized. We're in that phase where it's mostly just signatures and waiting on the court to push it through. But now that it's real, she's flipping out. Apparently, she didn't realize that the clause about no spousal support was permanent. I mean, she signed it. Her lawyer signed it. The judge will sign it. It's over. But now she's calling me 5 times a week trying to say I tricked her into it. Says I knew she wasn't thinking clearly when she signed it and that I abandoned her financially. For the record, this woman moved in a 23-year-old the same day I moved out. Literally. My neighbor across the street told me the girl was there by that evening, unloading bags and setting up shop like she was moving into a dorm. My wife barely let the sheets get cold. Now she's calling me about bills, about the car payment, about what am I supposed to do now, as if I'm still on the hook for any of it. I told her if a contract has her name in it, she's the one who has to pay it from now on. She didn't take it well. She keeps bringing up how I used to say I'd take care of her and the kids no matter what. But that was when we were married. That was before she slept with a guy behind my back and then started sleeping with the babysitter. I've had to block her a few times. I'm only responding to texts about things like mail forwarding and whatever else can't be ignored. Everything else goes through my lawyer. She tried pulling the "but the kids miss you" card too. That's been the hardest part. I do miss them, but they're not mine, never were. And I can't keep getting attached to a family that can be pulled away the second she gets bored or horny. My attorney told me I've handled this better than most people do. That felt good to hear. I've had a few nights where I cracked open a beer and thought about what would have happened if I hadn't followed my gut that day. Probably would still be in that house, paying the bills while she banged someone else and came home like nothing happened. New apartments, small, quiet, kind of lonely, but peaceful. I'm thinking about picking up some furniture that isn't hand-me-downs from her side of the family. Start over, make it mine. I'm not even mad anymore. I feel blissful. Final update. It's been almost 2 years since the divorce now. I figured I was done posting here, but I got a call last month that kind of cracked me up, and I had to share. So I'm with someone new now, Met her through a friend. She's got a job, her own place, no baggage. We get along great. Zero drama. We're not rushing anything, but it feels solid. Anyway, spring rolls around and I get a number I don't recognize calling me. I ignore it. Then I get a text. It's my ex. She says she messed up and doesn't know what she was thinking. Apparently the girlfriend isn't doing so hot. My ex is broke, barely working now. And get this, an old neighbor told me she's got some 70-year-old sugar daddy now helping her pay rent. Married guy. Real catch. She kept trying to make the girlfriend thing work for appearances. You could tell. Every now and then, someone would send me a pic from Facebook. Her and the babysitter, turned girlfriend smiling with wine glasses like everything was great. But it always looked forced. Now that the money's drying up and she's burned bridges, I guess the reality hit. I didn't respond to her. I screwed up message. What's the point? She didn't just cheat. She trashed our whole life and paraded it around like it was a glow-up. Now she wants sympathy because she bet on chaos and it blew up in her face. The funniest part is she used to tell me constantly, I could get any man on earth to take care of me. Like that was her backup plan if things went south. Well, she got her wish. She's got an old man paying her bills and a girlfriend she can't dump without looking like the screw-up. I think her karma isn't some big disaster. It's just waking up every day knowing she downgraded in every possible way. And she can't even admit it out loud because the story would collapse. Meanwhile, I've got my own place, my own peace, and a woman who actually respects me. No games, no babysitters, no side dudes. I won. Quietly, completely. Comments. These women always think the grass is greener until they realize the lawn is a broke sugar daddy and a barely legal girlfriend who can't even cook. You're out, living good, and she's stuck trying to cosplay stability. You won without even breaking a sweat. The babysitter? Man, she really hit the self-destruct button. And now she wants a pity party because her 70-year-old wallet with a pulse isn't cutting it? Nah, you did your time, walked out with dignity, and she's living the mess she built. Keep walking, King. This is the kind of post every guy needs to read before he reacts emotionally and gets dragged. You moved smart, stayed quiet, lawyered up, and now she's stuck in her mess with no lifeline. Bonus points for her ending up with a 70-year-old married dude while you're living drama-free with someone who actually respects you. Well played.